Giant anteater tongues attach to their breastbone and flick 150 times a minute. The giant anteater lives in South America and they're related to three-toed sloths and armadillos. We know they're related because they're the only species with the extra joints in their spine called xenarthros. The xenarthros joints allow their backs to bend in a weird way. The name xenarthra actually means strange joints. They've been separated from armadillos for about 70 million years, but they've only been separated from sloths for about 54 million years. So anteaters are more closely related to sloths than to anything else. These animals have razor-sharp claws on their front paws, and to keep them that way, they walk on their knuckles like gorillas do. When a jaguar or a puma shows up, they stand up on their back legs and use their tail like a kangaroo as a balancing mechanism so they can get above the jaguar and slash with those sharp claws. Jaguars and pumas are about the only animals big enough to threaten them. These things have been known to kill a human if a human provokes them, so they're really powerful and fast, unlike their sloth cousins. They eat ants, hence the name, anteater, but ants are very low calorie. Because of that, they have to keep a very low metabolism like sloths do. They run at about 91 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes them one of the lowest body temperatures of all terrestrial mammals. They're about 6 to 8 feet long, which works out to about 2 or 3 skateboards for reference. They weigh somewhere between 60 and 110 pounds, depending on whether they're male or female. Their tongue is really weird. It's 24 inches long and it attaches to their breastbone, not their mouth like a normal tongue. And they can flick that thing in and out of their mouth 150 times a minute. It has microscopic hooks on it that face backward, and they make an extremely sticky saliva. So when they stick their tongue down into the anthill, the sticky saliva and the barbs catch the ants and pull them back out. When they find an ant nest or a termite mound, they tear it open with those sharp claws, stab their tongue in about 150 times, pick up somewhere between 150 ants or so, and then move to the next den. They won't stay in one place because if they stay, they'll get swarmed and they don't have a lot of immunity to a swarm of angry ants. But that lets the ants recuperate, so the nest will still be there next week or next month whenever they rotate back into that territory. They eat about 30,000 ants a day this way. These guys have lost about 30% of their population in the last 3 generations. A generation for them is about 7 years, so that's the last 21 years. Their biggest issue with this loss is roads and power lines are being cut in that exposes them to getting hit by cars. They don't really have problems with feral pets, but they do have a problem with fire because there are farmers growing sugarcane in the area. And part of the sugarcane growing process is to burn off the field, and they inadvertently start wildfires. They're not trying to start wildfires because that endangers everybody's life, but they inadvertently start them anyway, and it's destroying quite a bit of the habitat. So as a species, they're considered threatened.